I am Will Scott. We have some breaking news on Dolphins today. Miami quarterback Tua Tagovailoa is still in the concussion protocol over 4 weeks after suffering his second confirmed concussion of the season against the Green Bay Packers. And because of that, he is not going to participate in the 2023 Pro Bowl. Marcel Louis Jacques, who covers the Fins for ESPN, tweeted this. Per source, Dolphins QB Tua Tagovailoa remains in concussion protocol and will not participate in Pro Bowl activities. He was named a first alternate for the AFC, but I'm told it's been a deliberate progression through protocol. This is not the result of any setback. And folks, this is why you subscribe, because when Dolphins news breaks, we get you guys a vid ASAP. Some subs have told me we're faster than ABC News, and I would tend to agree. Even when I'm out of the office, we're still going to get you guys a vid when news on the Fins goes down. Go down, subscribe the channel. Also, be sure to turn on your notifications. We're in the middle of a DC search as well. When the Fins make a hire, we will let you know. Going back to Tua, this is concerning. The fact that we're almost 5 weeks into the protocol, and he has still not cleared concussion protocol. Now, again, I say second confirmed concussion. It's possible that he suffered 3 concussions this season. A lot of people believe that against the Buffalo Bills when his head went back, hit the turf after a hit from Matt Milano, that he suffered a concussion then because he was wobbling off the field. But he came back into that game. The Fins win the game. But then that very scary concussion against Cincinnati, that he was transported to the Level 1 Trauma Center at the University of Cincinnati, then missed 2 games, comes back, Fins are winning, doing great, then they go on a little bit of a losing streak. They go into that game against Green Bay. Tua's lightened up, looking like the Tua that we saw in that 5-game win streak, and then kind of a very similar hit to the first 2, where his head kind of hits the ground going back, and he throws couple interceptions in the second half. We're all thinking, man, didn't look right. Comes out the next day that he suffered a concussion, and we did not see him play again this season. So I think we're all concerned right now for Tua. Again, Marcel Louis Jacques of ESPN is reporting that this is not the result of a setback, but still, we're almost 5 weeks into this process, and he's not cleared the concussion protocol. I also feel for Tua, though, because he was going to have an opportunity to go to the Pro Bowl. He was the first alternate. The 3 quarterbacks that were named to the Pro Bowl were Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, and Patrick Mahomes. So if just one of those guys went to the Super Bowl, which one of those guys is guaranteed to go to the Super Bowl, with the AFC Championship game being between the Bengals and the Chiefs, Tua's going to go to the Pro Bowl. And we're starting to see a lot of alternates get announced that they're going to the Pro Bowl next week. And I'm thinking, why haven't they announced Tua yet? Now we know why. He is still in the concussion protocol and is not going to have a chance to partake in the Pro Bowl games in Vegas next week. I feel for him. Would have been a lot of fun for him, a great opportunity for Tua, and he certainly deserved to go to the Pro Bowl after the season that he had. What is your one-word reaction to this news? Go down in the comments section. Let me know, what is your one-word reaction to Tua Tagovailoa missing the Pro Bowl because he is still in the concussion protocol? Now, he suffered that concussion on December 25th against the Packers, and I think a lot of us were hoping that he would be able to return for the playoffs. It would have been about a 3-week gap between that concussion and the Dolphins' playoff game against the Buffalo Bills. And then I believe it was Wednesday before the game, a couple days before the game, that he was officially ruled out. At least 2 concussions this season for Tagovailoa, maybe 3. And a lot of people are saying that, man, he should retire. Look, that's going to be Tua's decision. That's going to be up to Tua and the doctors that he sees. Give Tagovailoa a lot of credit, because after that concussion against Cincinnati, he traveled around the country seeing some of the top neurologists in the country, and they said that he's good to go, and he came back for the Dolphins, and there have been some doctors as well after the season that have said this doesn't necessarily mean that Tagovailoa is concussion prone. But again, I think a lot of us are just concerned about Tua's future right now. His parents have said he's not contemplating retirement. His brother has said that, but we have not heard that from Tagovailoa himself. Yeah, he did tweet, run it back or whatever, but still, we have not heard specifically from Tagovailoa, if he's going to be back next season, but the assumption is that he will be. Want to tell you about today's sponsor, Athletic Greens. I take AG1 by Athletic Greens literally every single day, and I love it. Get comprehensive and convenient daily nutrition at athleticgreens.com/chatsports. I gave AG1 a try because I wanted better gut health and wanted a supplement that actually tastes great. I take AG1 every morning, and it makes me feel ready to take on my day. I came into this year wanting to get healthier. Starting my year on AG1 has helped me do just that. I take it every morning. I feel happier, healthier, and more energized. Covering my nutritional basis for the day. Literally couldn't be any easier, which is why I trust Athletic Greens. I just mix 1 small scoop of AG1 with water and drink it first thing each morning. Done. I also like that it costs less than $3 a day. That's pretty good if you ask me. It's a really effective daily habit with the highest quality sourced ingredients. Win-win. It's a comprehensive solution. If a comprehensive solution is what you need from your supplement routine, then AG1 is giving you a free 1-year supply of vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase from Athletic Greens. Go to athleticgreens.com/chatsports. That's athleticgreens.com/chatsports. Check it out. The link is in the comments and the description of today's video. You know, you hear the stories from people talking about how AG1 has changed their life. It's changed their nutritional habits. I am really feeling the effects of that right now. Admittedly, I have not really been a healthy person from a eating and drinking a lot of soda standpoint, and Athletic Greens is really turning around my habits and really making me just feel healthier and better each and every single day. athleticgreens.com/chatsports. That link is in the comments and the description of today's video. Again, this was a Pro Bowl caliber season for Tua Tagovailoa. Over 3,500 yards on the year, 25 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. Keep in mind, just 13 games played this season, 64.8% completion percentage. The fact that he's still in the protocol, I'm trying not to overreact to this. I'm trying not to get too alarmed. Miami just could be taking it really slow with him, right? There's no need to speed up this process. The season's over. There's no need to, try to speed up this concussion protocol process. He needs to take all the time that he needs when you're talking about getting him back to 100%. The season's over. Now, if the Dolphins were playing for an AFC championship this weekend, Tua would probably be playing. But they're not. The season ended a couple weeks ago. They're taking it slow with him, and even that report from ESPN has said that this is not the result of a setback. Now, is Tua going to be back as the Dolphins starter in 2023? Y for yes, in for no, down in the comment section. Go down, let me know what you think. I would still say yes. The Dolphins, after the season, said yes. Mike McDaniel and Chris Greer, I do believe that Tua is going to be back as the starter next season, and he should be back if he wants to be back and if he's healthy. Now let's get in to our next story here, talking about the possibility of hiring Steve Wilks, who did not get the job with the Carolina Panthers. Yesterday, they made it official, hiring former Colts coach Frank Reich. Steve Wilks, a lot of people believe that he deserved that job because he went 6-6 as the Panthers interim coach this year, but they ultimately hired Frank Reich. The 3 finalists for that job were Wilks, Cowboys OC Kellen Moore, and Frank Reich. So the Panthers are in a situation where they're, 1-4 when Matt Rule gets fired. A lot of people think they're going to tank. They trade Christian McCaffrey. Everyone thinks they're going to have one of the top picks in the draft. Steve Wilks, until Week 17, gets them in playoff contention. They were playing for a division title potentially in Week 17. So I think this would be a great hire. He's been a defensive coordinator before. He is a great defensive mind, and I'm just looking at this guy from what he did with the Panthers locker room. He really won over that locker room and ultimately did a really good job leading the Panthers this season. I thought that he deserved the job in Carolina. Taking a look at the current candidates for the job. So right now it does appear that all 4 of these guys have interviewed. Anthony Campanelli was scheduled to interview today. Vic Fangio, Sean Desai, and Chris Richard also all interviewed for the job. So unless Steve Wilks gets another head coaching job, I do expect him to maybe be added to this DC search in Miami, something to monitor. So be sure to go down and subscribe to the channel. We're going to keep you up to date on the search.